So, Govan, the president's saying that inter-ministerial committee has been set up today. What's their role?
So essentially to oversee the distribution of the vaccines nationwide, Shahan, and achieve that target of 40 million vaccinations across the country. It's the largest project that the country will ever have to undertake in its history, larger than anything they've done before, President Cyril Ramaphosa says. But this inter-ministerial committee is also meant to ensure that the vaccine that's procured meets the standards which will be set by South Africa and the World Health Organization, but also that the questions that are being asked of the government by South Africans are answered. How much will the vaccine cost? Where will we get it from? Who will get it first? And what the category is for how people are prioritized. Those are all the things that the president says he's glad South Africans are wondering, and he says those questions will be answered by that committee. But he's also touched on the financing for this vaccine, scant on detail, and all of this in a meeting of the ANC's Progressive Business Forum, which was supposed to be mostly about the response to COVID and its plans for the vaccine. So not a government event, and the president speaking as the president of the ANC, but nevertheless important information about how the government is procuring that vaccine. Let's have a look at what the president had to say about the financing.
We believe that we've now reached a stage where we will be able to effectively defeat COVID-19, and we will only be able to do so if our people continue to observe all the protocols about COVID-19, which we have been talking about. But the vaccine is going to be a major boost to our efforts in fighting COVID-19. Some people have raised issues about the financing thereof, and finance is not going to be a problem because we will be able to pay for these vaccines as we order them. So I believe that the tasks that we now have to focus on are really fourfold.
So, Govan, let's talk about what the ANC president is saying about the number of vaccines for South Africa. He's pretty confident we'll get enough.
Yeah, 40 million. Also not giving any detail on by when this will be procured and how many at a go would be secured to come into South Africa. But he set the target of 40 million, and they believe that would be sufficient to achieve nationwide a level of immunity that would leave the country protected against the COVID-19 virus. But this is an ambitious target, and we're expecting to get more detail from the Health Department, specifically the Minister of Health, who was also billed to speak on this program, around how much would be secured at a time, from who, and when they would be arriving in the country. So the president saying is confident, but not giving us the details. And it should be stressed that this engagement with the Progressive Business Forum, as well as other representatives of black business in South Africa, is ongoing, and they're due to have a panel discussion with the top 6 leadership of the ANC, as well as the president, where we expect to get the details of these commitments and some timelines as to when they want them to be achieved.
All right, let's take a listen.
We established an inter-ministerial committee, which will be chaired by the Deputy President. I will chair the first meeting and then set the whole process on the way so that we can deal with the various aspects of the vaccine distribution. The Deputy President will lead that whole effort. It is going to make us in government work in a joined-up manner where we are going to cooperate much more effectively. The strategy on vaccine has already been developed. What the IMC will be dealing with is the actual mechanics of ensuring that the whole process of distribution of the vaccination process is well done, and various key departments in government that have to do with these matters will be participating effectively, and we are treating it in exactly the same way as we treated many other major manifestations or events in our country. We see this as a major project. This will be so big in that we have to reach more than 40 million people